The conversation I wish I had with my dear friend David before he died was why Jews bury our dead and why cremation is prohibited for us. He was very interested in what Jewish tradition says about the soul and the afterlife, and I'm sure he would have wanted to be buried if we had had that conversation. So I made a video in his name. It saved many Jews from cremation. A few days ago, another friend told me he had the same experience with his old friend and regretted not having had that conversation. He sponsored the re-release of this video in the name of Moshe Ben Lucy. May his soul have a great elevation in the world of souls. Please share this video with Jews you love who may not know why we bury our dead. Why is it so important for Jews to bury our dead as opposed to cremation? I don't wish to cause pain for people who've had their loved ones cremated, but it's a mistake, and one you need not make again. Jewish law is unequivocal. Cremation is prohibited, burial is obligatory. This is expressly commanded in the Bible, Deuteronomy 21:23, where even a person sentenced to execution receives a proper burial. Non-Jews are not obligated to be buried, but it is considered praiseworthy. Don't pursue cremation because you think it will be less trouble for your family. Cost is not a factor because the Jewish community will step up and pay for burial whenever a family can't afford it. And whether or not the person was an observant Jew is irrelevant. So why is Torah law so emphatic on this issue? We don't have souls, we are souls. We have bodies. A dead person's body was the holy vessel that carried his or her soul through a lifetime. Incinerating that body disrespects the vessel that enabled that person to do all the good things he or she did in this world. After death, the soul enters the world of truth, the afterlife, and cremation causes extreme pain to it. Even if you promised your parent to cremate, you're obligated to break this promise. And the fifth commandment, honor your parents, does not include violating Jewish law. Our sages teach, one who willingly pursues cremation forfeits his place in the resurrection of the dead in the Messianic age and receives a different, lesser portion in the eternal world of truth. It should be noted that this consequence does not apply to those martyred and cremated in the Holocaust or any other attack because those souls did not choose that outcome. The Germans actually burned Jewish bodies in the Holocaust, even when it would have been more efficient to dump them in mass graves, because it is such an affront to the Jewish soul. Now, you might be thinking, Sal, those are your beliefs. I'm not a religious Jew and I don't hold by that. But what if you're wrong? Rabbi Avigdor Miller taught that to be a good person, one must have the humility and honesty to constantly ask oneself, what if I'm wrong? So think about it. If you have yourself cremated because you think it makes no difference and you're wrong, what have you lost? Something beyond calculation. Now let's ask, what if our 3,500-year-old tradition is wrong and generations of sages are wrong and I'm wrong and you nevertheless take my advice and have yourself buried? What have you lost? Nothing. And what do you gain by partaking in the last rite and the last rite of a Jew? People who care about you will have the comfort of a beautiful and ancient graveside ceremony, and they'll have a place to visit where they can feel close to you. My friend, please don't disrespect the body that carries your soul through this world, the body you received from your Creator as a precious gift. Be humble instead and allow your body to be planted in the earth like a seed. This video is dedicated in loving memory of David ben Leib Chaim.